Look, man, you get one chance at this thing called life. One chance. When it's over, it's over. Like you don't get a redo, you don't get another opportunity, you don't get another chance, to live that life that you want. So every moment is a chance to step into purpose. And you can't waste those chances. You can't waste those moments. You can't waste those opportunities. You get one life, bro. You gotta live it to the absolute fullest. You gotta live it doing the things that you want to do. Because, reality of life is, man, nobody's guaranteed tomorrow. Nobody's guaranteed to be here next week. Nobody's guaranteed to be here next month. So why are you wasting time and trying to wait for a perfect moment? Why are you trying to wait for a perfect time? If this was your last week, bro, if somebody told you that this was your last week on this earth, would you be proud of how you've lived? Would you be proud of the things you've done? Would you be proud of what you've achieved? As people, we think that we have a lot more time that we really don't, and that's why we tend to wait for the perfect moment. That's why we tend to wait to do something when it feels right. But like, bro, there's no perfect moment ever. There's no perfect time to start anything, bro. Like, you just gotta go do it. Today, like while you're thinking about it, while it's on your mind, like just go do it. That perfect moment is right now. That right time or that perfect time is now. There'll never be a perfect moment to start that business. There's never going to be a perfect moment to pursue God or to change habits, to repair relationships, to change routines. There's never a perfect time for that. That perfect time is right now. As much as you wait and as long as you wait for that perfect moment, that moment's never going to come, because there's no perfect time anywhere in this earth. There's no perfect time at all during your life, and you're going to, wait forever trying to wait for that time. So you really got to ask yourself this question, bro. Like, if this was your last day, if this was your last week, if somebody told you that this was your last week, like, what would you do? How would you spend that time, bro? Like, take ownership of your life. Nobody's coming to save you. There's nobody else that is going to be able to live your life for you. You got to take ownership over your life. You got to take ownership over the things that you want to do. Stop making excuses, stop blaming others, stop procrastinating, and just take responsibility. Take ownership. That's where you really start to grow. That's where you really start to mature, is when you're able to take responsibility. When you're able to take accountability for the good things, the bad things, the indifferent things. Like, it's time to take ownership of your life, because I promise you, like I said, nobody is going to come save you. Nobody wants to see you do better than them. Nobody wants to see you more successful than them. Yeah, there's a select few people that would like to see that, and there's a select few people that really want to see you and genuinely, want to see you win. But 99% of people don't want to see you at the top. 99% of people don't want to see you become the best version of yourself, bro. So you got to stop waiting on people to come save you. You got to stop waiting for people to come help you out. Nobody can live your life for you. Only you. It's only you. So you got to start to take ownership over your life. You got to start to take ownership over the things that you want and the goals that you have for yourself. Like I said, stop making excuses, stop blaming others, stop procrastinating, and just take responsibility. Take that responsibility of your life, and you gotta, focus on your purpose over pleasure. You gotta focus on your purpose over the temporary and that instant gratification. I just talked about this a little bit last video. Like, a lot of people waste their one chance, or this one life that we have, chasing those temporary feelings or chasing those temporary highs, those temporary successes, that overnight success, that overnight money, that overnight, growth. Like, those things are not the best for you, bro. You got to continue to chase your purpose, not just the temporary pleasure or the instant gratification, because true fulfillment and true peace comes from living with the purpose or living with the vision, living in faith, living with discipline. Like, that's where true fulfillment comes from, because you have a great foundation. It's not just something that can come and go. Like, you're grounded. That foundation is set. That foundation is good. And you're going to be at peace with what you've built. You're going to be at peace with the foundation that you have. Like I always say, bro, God gives us life for a reason. There's a purpose to our life. If we continue to wait to chase that purpose, if we continue to wait to go after that purpose or pursue that purpose, like, we're never truly going to pursue it, because there's no perfect time to do that. That perfect time that we're waiting for is never going to come. So, like, bro, like, Build that relationship with God right now. Pursue God right now. Pursue the purpose that God has put in your heart today. Because living for Him and building that relationship with Him ensures you that your one chance that you got at this thing called life is not wasted. Because you're able to figure out what your purpose is and you're able to take the right steps to get there. Like, I'm gonna just be honest, bro. It's hard to do that alone. It's hard to do that without God in your life. It's hard to do that without a relationship with God because you're always going to be wondering what your purpose is. You're always going to be wondering, where do I go next? What do I do next? What do I do now? But like I said, it's hard to do that alone because there's so many decisions, so many different avenues, so many different things that as humans in the world that we can do. There's so many different temporary highs that we can chase after. But with God, bro, with the relationship with God, like that purpose that He gives you, that purpose that He puts on your heart and on your mind is something way different than the highs and the feelings of the world. It's just something that you just want to chase after every single day. Something that you want to get better with every single day. Something that you want to build with every single day. And God gives you that motivation and that inspiration to go chase that. Not to wait on that perfect time. Because like I said, you get one life, bro. You never know when it could all be said and done. You never know when, your one chance could be over. So whatever it is you want to do in your life, like, just go do it. Just go start it. Like, no matter what people think, no matter how people may feel about it, like, just go do it. It's your life. It's not theirs. It's your life. You get to do whatever it is you want to do, bro. So literally go do anything. Go chase after anything you want to chase after. Just remember that, like, you're in control. Like, you got to take ownership of your life. It's your responsibility. And once you believe that, bro, there's nobody that's going to be able to stop you because you just know that at the end of the day, like, you make your own decisions. You do whatever it is you want in your life. Like, nobody has no say in that. It's your own decisions, bro. So just don't take this life for granted, man. Don't take this opportunity for granted. Because like I said, you get one chance. There's no redos. There's no second runs. There's no rewinds. Like, there's no time traveling. Like, you get one chance, bro. And you got to make that one chance count. You got to make the opportunity count. But that'll be all for this video, man. I appreciate y'all for tuning in. If you like this video, go hit that sub button on the way to 600 subs. Appreciate y'all. I love y'all. And I'll see y'all on the next one.